Like when I was telling you, I think I was doing that too. But then he's like, I'm just like, oh man.
Gets me every time. Welcome back, folks. It's that time of the year.
Welcome back, riders.
Everybody's favorite time of the year.
Woo!
The Wessel Family Winter Olympics fall update.
The best time of the year. We're gonna go through each event of the upcoming Olympics here coming up in the winter. We got a couple new ones. Gotta shake a couple things up, and we'll give our predictions for each one.
For those of you keeping track at home, this is in fact our 9th year doing the Wessel Family Winter Olympics, and we have some pretty exciting stuff coming at you this winter.
Yeah, well, our first big news is PubHub has signed a 25-year contract extension with us. So that's been in the books. I know I haven't told you guys about that, but we did a long-term 25-year deal with PubHub.
The first 9 years were good. Here's to another good 25.
Wow. All right. Thank you, PubHub.
So cheers to PubHub.
PubHub, that's off to you. Thank you.
They're going to be coming in handy when these next few years when we have, maybe Beer Olympics in the future. I don't know.
Yeah, and speaking of Beer Olympics, we did pick up another new sponsor. As you can see, the Labatt Blue Christmas tree ornament hanging above us. They are going to be helping us out. They got us some safety goggles, which will be coming in some of the new events we'll be talking about.
We got to need that for that celebration. When you're popping champagne, you need some goggles to protect your eyes.
That's right. And they're going to be the pin in the curling event this year, so we got them for that too.
Oh yeah,
it's a nice new one.
Very nice. How many year contract deal is that? Labatt Blue.
Jack was in charge of that one. So
they since they're new, they didn't want to commit too much. It's just a solid 5-year deal.
Oh, okay. Great, awesome,
yeah,
awesome, great.
5-year, one Christmas tree ornament, one curling deal.
Henry, any new sponsorship deals you'd like to announce?
I have none. But I would like to announce we are coming at you live from the Palm Arena. I decided to spend a little extra money the last few years, and I bought an entire arena for us to participate in. So here we are live from the Palm Arena.
Looks great.
It is a great Palm Arena.
Now, folks, don't get worried. We're still going to be at the good old Wessel Dome.
The Wessel Dome?
The Wayback Sports Complex is very still prevalent.
And the PHHH is always utilized.
Yes, it'll be still, we're just adding on. We're not taking anything away.
So just to give you guys, the viewers a rundown of who we've had win the past Olympics. Jack won last year's Olympics. I know it was very exciting. Then in 2015, I, Brian Bresky, won. Then in 2014, Henry won. Woo! Then in 2013, we had Dan Luke win.
The one-time wonder.
The gold medal or no medal challenge. And then in 2012, we had Henry win again. Then in 2011, I was your champion. And before that, all our video evidence got lost, unfortunately. So even though we've been doing this for 9 years, we only got 5 years of medals.
Yep. So that means this year we'll either have what's much more likely the first back-to-back champion in myself.
Nope. It is 1/3 of the people could do that.
Or if one of these two wins, it will be the first time someone wins for the 3rd time,
which is more likely to happen.
You got 2/3.
If you're going by.
You got 60.
If you're looking at statistics, numbers, and statistics.
All right. Let's
dive right into
the events.
Well, so we got some new events coming at you, but I think the right way to go through this is we'll go through day by day, event by event. We'll list off who we think each person's going to win, and we will see how it goes from there.
The games begin.
Let the games begin. Brian, why don't you start us off with day one?
Well, day one, we have a pretty exciting day one. We got the Cool Runnings Jamaican-style bobsled team coming at you. Now, that one I've not so been good at, but that's the one where you start at the PHHH, and you're going to start on your sled, and you're going to fastest time down the hill wins. Our second event of the day is going to be curling in day one.
That's always a good event.
It's a great event. One of my personal favorites.
It's a staple.
It's been happening, I think, since 2012. Been a real good event since then.
Good event. And then we have a new event for you folks on day one. Are you ready? It's going to be called Freeze Throw!
Freeze Throw!
Freeze
LeBron. Jordan.
So, those are some good, it's a pretty good big day one. I'm going to break it down for you first, my predictions. Now, the bobsled, that's not my event, so I'm going to give myself the bronze there.
Very modest.
Third place.
Third place finish. I'm going to go, Jack's the runner. He looks like he's in shape this year. I'm going to give him the gold, and Henry's going to get silver in that event. I'm going to keep my way going down the line here. We're going to go to the curling event. I think I got this one this year, so I'm going to give myself the gold there.
All right.
I'm going to go Jack the silver, and I'm going to go Henry the bronze.
Oh, thank you.
So Brian is predicting a full turnaround for himself in the.
All right, so when we left, Brian was just going over his bobsled thoughts on the bobsled for this year. He said that he was going to get the bronze. Jack was going to get the gold, and I was going to get the silver for the first event on day one.
Mm-hmm.
Jack, would you like to tell your predictions for bobsled?
Yes. For those of you who are remembering last year, Henry went first in the bobsled and ended up with the fastest time. Brian took a couple stumbles. Didn't have the cleanest run, so he took third by quite a large margin, and I took second pretty comfortably. This year, it's going to depend a lot on the snowfall, but I think it'll be really good to see who goes first, whoever gets the fresh snow, and I think all things considered, I think I'm going to be able to outrun Henry this year and come out on top. Brian, I hear, has been working on a new strategy instead of going down on his knees.
Which is what he usually does.
It's a bad strategy. I do not recommend it.
He's been working up in the off season. From what I hear, he's been working on the chest down slide.
Is that going surf style?
No surf.
Not surf style. But since he's still practicing it and hasn't quite got it yet, I think Henry's going to get the silver. But it'll be much closer than it was last year with Brian getting the bronze.
Wipeout. Oh man, gnarly wipeout. I remember that last year.
You still beat me.
Henry, how about your predictions?
Well, historically, when there has been snow on the ground, I have been the winner on the bobsled run. Now we've had in the past when there was no snow, Jack was the winner that year. But the weathermen are predicting for a big snowfall this winter. It's going to be a cold winter. The weather people. The forecast. The Farmer's Almanac. I don't know what you want to. They have been predicting a heavy snow for the Midwest, which is where we live. And so I'm going to go ahead and give myself the gold medal for that one. Brian is going to stick with third place, I think. And Jack.
So you all are putting me at the last place.
No,
so
we are all doing it. You are including yourself in last place.
And you went first.
I'm just giving myself the lowest so I can improve on myself.
We're also just giving you
we're also just giving you low so you can improve
I
on
can
yourself.
surprise myself if I get anything above third place.
There you go. Well, set your standards low. That way that you can always improve.
All right.
All right. Well, next up is curling. Always a good event.
One of the longest running events we've got going on.
Yep. This event consists of you take your curling rock and you push it or you slide it down the line. You want to get as close to the pin, sponsored by WFWO this year. Thank you. As close to that as possible without knocking it over. Last year, I came in first place for that event. I was about 8 inches away from the pin. That was very, very close.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the closest we've ever had.
One of the best throws we've ever had.
And it only took me one throw. Jack came in second with 18 inches after does that say 121 inches?
Yes.
After a 121 inch miss the first time.
And you called mine 60 inches out.
How did you end up?
I ended up in place.
All right.
So Jack ended up coming away with second place there with 18 inches, and Brian had 29 to round up the third. In years past, I can't remember how we've done. I feel like that one's been another one where I've exceeded expectations on in the curling event. in.
And remember, we will be
past.
doing this again at the PHHH, not at the Wayback Sports Complex. So it'll be the same location as last year.
Right.
Not.
We've done it both.
We have done it at both before. This coming year will be at the PHHH on day one, not the Wayback Sports Complex.
That's correct. I think again, I'm going to be able to pull this one out. I'm going to give myself first for this event too, just because historically I've been pretty good at it. And I'm going to give Brian second place.
Woo!
And we'll see. I don't know, Jack sometimes gets a little flustered up in the curling rink. And I don't know if he still got it after being away from Ohio for so long. I don't know if he's going to have home field advantage anymore.
All right.
That's nice. Jack, go ahead with yours.
Well, I think last year, if you look at the whole day one, at the end of the bobsled race, there's the wet sort of pond at the bottom of the hill.
Oh yeah.
That was frozen over, and I actually while I was trying to push myself across, I got my hands all wet in there, so my hands were freezing cold for the rest of day one.
Slow hands.
Yes. Yeah. And so that affected my performance throughout the rest of the day. I think if I can manage to not do that this year, that it'll really help my curling throws. I won't have the 121-inch miss.
That was a big miss.
And you can see, and they started to warm up towards the end. And 18 is a very respectable throw. It's not bad. It's not great. It's
not an 8-inch throw.
But I think I really can improve on that. But as you said, you have been doing very well in this event historically. So I'm gonna stick to last year's results, and I think Henry's gonna get the gold again. I'll get the silver, and Brian will get the bronze.
Oh, you guys are giving me out bronzes here, right, or left and right.
It's been two events.
Henry gave you the silver.
Would you like to give us your?
My breakdown of curling? Well, I'm gonna give myself the silver in this event.
Okay.
I'm not so good at the curling. I'm gonna give Jack the gold and Henry the bronze.
Any reasoning behind these, or are you just throwing out numbers?
No big reasoning, but I feel like the tables have turned this time, and Henry's not going to be on that gold standard.
The tables have turned.
Oh, the tables are turning. They're turning.
That's true. We did get a new pen, so really it is anybody's game.
It's anybody's game. But I'd like to talk about our next event. It's called, ready for this, guys? Kobe, Jordan,
LeBron.
Hey, Jack,
Jack.
lay it on us. What is this free throws all about?
All right. Competition.
So the way it works, it'll be held at the PHHH. It will be a free throw shooting contest, but during each shot, the other competitors will be throwing snowballs at the shooter. So the way it'll work is the shooter will be at the free throw line, and the ball will be on the ground, either next to them or in front of them. Mm-hmm. And when the throwers say go, all right, so the throwers will be on the baseline with their snowballs. When they start the event, the shooter will go down and pick up the ball and try and make the basket. And after he shoots, that essentially that round is over for that shooter. And the throwers are just trying to distract him with the snowballs. Each person will shoot 5 times. The throwers will have 4 snowballs each. If the shooter waits too long and the throwers run out of snowballs before they shoot, it does not count. The ball has to be in the air before all of the snowballs are thrown. Freeze throw! Jordan! Kareem! Ooh. So, whoever makes the most wins. In the event of a tie, it will do sudden death rounds, shoot till you miss. Whoever makes one while the other person misses. You get the idea.
Okay. So who do you think is going to be winning this?
I think since I am a state champion in basketball, after all, and I have been playing in the off season, I think I'm going to take home the gold. Henry, I've seen you shoot. You'll be getting the bronze, and I think Brian's gonna take home the silver.
Okay. Well, I ain't no state champion, but I can play hoops. So for my predictions, I'm gonna go Kobe on everybody. I got ice in my veins for this freeze froze challenge. I'm much in the clutch. I'm gonna get the gold. Mark it down. Mark it down. I'm gonna give Jack the silver, and I'm gonna give Henry the bronze.
You think I'm going Shaq on this?
Oh, Henry's gonna go Shaq. He can't.
Oh no, I got the
throws.
silver. My bad.
Yeah, you got silver.
All right, so that wraps up day one.
Well, Henry gave his.
Oh, just kidding. I'm sorry.
So what these guys don't knows about the freeze throws is that I got the flows like Mose Williams. I've been watching.
Oh, got it!
I've been watching a lot of his tape in the off season. I figured out his release point, and I figured out how to adapt that to my own release point.
LeBron with a shot, 3 ball, got it.
That's a good, LeBron announcement. And with me watching all of this in the off season, I
Really adapted that 6'2" release point.
That's right.
Okay.
I feel like I am going to get third place.
Mark that down.
You can take that to the bank, even if they're
Take
closed.
that to the bank.
Even if they're closed on day one of the freeze throws. I think that Jack being state champion, he knows how to handle pressure. I think that he is going to come first place, and Brian's walking away with the silver medal, respectable.
All right.
Well, that brings us to the end of day one. So before we jump into day two, with our new contract, 25-year extension with PubHub, we do have to do a couple little commercials for them. So go to the App Store right now, type in PubHub, that's PUBHUB, download the app.
That's right, and the
Please let us know how it goes.
It's available on Android and iOS.
That's right. And now, it's very good too. It's how is the user interface on that?
We're still waiting for the reviews.
Oh, all right.
Well, you could be one of
That's
the first
why you
people.
got to go download the app.
That's right.
It's brand new in the App Store.
Very good.
All right. So based on these predictions, it looks like I will be having a pretty successful day one. Brian,
Not so
not great. Henry's doing all right. But that's just after day one. There's still,
And these are just predictions.
We never know how it's actually going to go. So that brings us along to day two. Day two's got a couple shakeups in it. But the first event is another staple for.
This is actually the longest running,
This is the
continuous
longest
running.
jumping event we have too.
That's
World
right.
records have been set in this event.
That's true. Jack.
It is the standing long jump
That's right. Into untouched snow.
into untouched snow.
Still waiting for that snow.
For those of you wondering how it went last year, it was very close.
This was actually very high drama last year.
Yeah. I ended up getting the bronze, but I was only 1 inch off of the marks made by Henry and Brian, who tied, and Henry was able to prevail in the jump off. So Henry got the gold, Brian got the silver, I got the bronze. Again, this is just everyone gets 2 jumps into untouched snow. We take
Or sand as last year.
hopefully snow.
Yeah.
Hopefully so. Snow rhymes with go.
And pro.
The untouched snow jump, two jumps for everyone. Take the longer distance. And I don't know that there's going to be. There was very close last year, but I don't know if there's going to be too much changing in what happened last year. I think Henry's going to get the gold, Brian gets the silver, and I'm giving myself the bronze in this one.
Wow. Now, sir, if you'd like to hop on our survey, and you can comment right here in the section, you can tell us who's going to win each challenge.
Yeah, give us your predictions.
Give us your predictions.
Send them below in the comments.
Yeah, put them down in the comments, and make sure to give this video a like.
What are your predictions?
My predictions for the standing long jump. Now, I've been jumping, guys.
Whoa.
I've been box jumping. I can box jump 50 inches.
I don't know if you stepped out of the frame there, but he just went over there and jumped and he got pretty high.
50 inches my box jump.
Wow.
I'm gonna mark myself down for the silver.
Oh.
I still think I'm not a good long jumper. I'm more of a vertical jumper.
You're a high jumper.
I'm a high jumper, not a long distance. So I'm gonna go silver here. I'm gonna give Jack the gold,
Oh, thank you, Brian.
and I'm gonna give Henry the bronze.
Is that because I didn't give you any golds on day one?
No, that has nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with that. No, wait. What? We just had someone just coming in our comment section here. Cheyenne from North Carolina just said that Jack Wessel is going to be winning the gold.
Oh. Jack, you got fans
In what event?
In the long jump. She's
Thank you,
commented
Cheyenne. Thank you, Cheyenne.
in our
I appreciate it. I'm glad you're such a follower of the Olympics.
Yeah, WFWO, I didn't even know we were live.
Neither did I.
I told you guys, 25-year
Public is doing
Real
wonders.
good. Much in the clutch.
Much
Oh, that's
in-
fantastic.
So, what's your, thanks Cheyenne, by the way. Henry, what are your predictions?
For long jump. Yep.
Bless you.
I know there's always problems with traction this year. Every year there's some sort of problem. Somebody falls down. Somebody pulls a hammy on their warm up. There's just so many things that can happen in the standing long jump. It's hard to predict. I always personally get scared of the formidable 2.5 shovel lengths from Jack.
It's quite the record. I don't
Set
know.
by Jack Russell.
Set by Jack when he was 11?
12.
When you were 12. When you were so. Now, he's fallen from grace a little bit since then. But peaking early isn't always a bad thing. I think that Brian is going to take home the first in this one.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I think that I messed up on the first one. I think that I am gonna. I don't know. I get nervous up there. I think I'm gonna take the bronze on this one.
Wow.
And Jack is gonna come in second.
All right, so we're all over the place on these predictions.
we're all over the
place. I like Cheyenne's prediction though. She's got a good one.
For you.
That must look like a good prediction to him.
So moving on to our next event in day 2 is the distance accuracy throw.
Oh, good event.
So
Very good event.
this is a little bit different from what we did last year. Instead of having two different events of the distance throw and the accuracy throw, we're combining them.
And we wanted to say thank you to all the fans that posted on the polls to let us know which events they didn't like or which events they thought we could spruce up a little bit. This was the top winner.
Yep.
We combined two events here, and I think it's really going to work out well for the Olympics.
Yeah, and we had sort of a test trial with it last year in the tiebreaker, if you guys remember that, on the coveted 4th day of the Olympics when I was able to pull out the first ever win. There was a lot of tiebreakers last year.
Last year was a really fun year for us.
So the way this works is you have a snowball and you got to throw it as far as you can along this line, and you measure the distance, the farthest distance it goes, and then you measure the distance away from the line that it is, and you subtract that distance. So you have to measure. So you have to be both powerful and accurate. Last year, I was able to get the gold medal with a throw of 43.5 yards. And Henry took the silver and Brian took the bronze. We aren't entirely sure what those distances were, but that's what the results were. Trust us.
As of last year.
As of last year. Now this year, for my predictions, I think that Brian always excelled in the accuracy throw. And the distance throw, for that matter.
Yeah, he's always done well.
Last year I was able to upset him in the distance throw, and I took him to a throw off in the accuracy throw. So I think it's going to be really close between us. Henry pulled a comeback out of nowhere.
Pulled a goose egg out of nowhere.
In day 4 last year.
Yeah, you only beat me by 0.5 yards last year.
So it's really up in the air. It's really anyone's game. I think Brian is gonna come back to his true self. I think he's gonna take the gold in this one too.
Wow.
And then I will give myself the silver, and Henry the bronze.
Okay. Henry? Who'd like to rebuttal?
I'll give you my opinion. I think that this sport really combines the technical part of throwing with the just pure outburst and pure power form that you need when throwing a snowball, both in distance and in the accuracy throw. Mm-hmm. Not only does it combine the events, it combines the skills necessary for that. Brian's always been good at the distance throw. Jack's always been good at the accuracy throw. And they both demonstrated a good look at both of them last year when we combined them for the Day 4 challenge. So I think it's going to be really good competition all the way around.
Think so?
I do think so. I'm going to go ahead and give myself the silver for this one.
Oh, wow.
Do you not think that I'm going to get the silver?
Well, no, you just said me and Jack are very good, but then now you're separating. One of us gets bronze, one gets gold.
That's right. I think that you guys are both very good. I think
you're going to
is just as good.
I think that I'm somewhere in between you guys. And that person who isn't as good as me. I believe last year's finals were a fluke. And I think Jack is going to take home the bronze. And Brian's going to go ahead and take the gold on this one.
Oh, going off what you guys say, I think I'm going to take the cake on this one as well and give myself the gold. I'm going to give Henry the silver and Jack the bronze.
Alright, so this is shaping up to be
a really good day for Brian.
A good day too for Brian in these predictions.
Let's just be honest, a whole day 1, day 2, day 3, all good for Brian so far.
Wow. Well, we haven't even gotten day 3.
Actually, I think in the first event, everyone gave you 3rd place.
No one needs to go to the tape there. No one needs to go and review the tape. What's that, Shay?
All right. Well, next up is again day 2, our 3rd event on day 2. We've got long jump first event, accuracy distance for second event. Now our next up is a classic, a really good. We've done a little tweaks in the recent years for it. A really good one. It's the biathlon.
Very good.
This one takes place not in the Wayback Sports Complex, but at the Wessel Dome. Mm-hmm. And now the way this one works for those that don't remember, we used to use a BB gun. Now we use snowballs. Essentially, what you do is you get, I believe it's 4 snowballs. Yep. You 4 snowballs at 4 targets. You throw each one of your snowballs at the target. If you hit one, you have to run less around the Wessel Dome.
Penalty lap.
Right. For each miss, you get one penalty lap.
You get 1 penalty lap around the Wessel Dome. And then you also, no matter what, you have to run twice around the entirety of the Wessel Dome.
Yep. And then it ends with 1 more lap around the Wessel Dome, and then you're done. Fastest time wins.
That's right. Now Jack always does well. He's never hit a target, and yet he still
always smokes us
and still manages to win.
I need to start running. I'm out of shape.
Now his fall from grace here comes when since he can't hit the target. I think that I'm going to do better this year at hitting the targets, and he's going to say the same. I'm going to give myself the gold on this one this year.
Wow. You heard it here first, viewers.
Yo, this is the only place you can hear it. I think Brian is going to, he usually wears those boots, those Timberland boots. I think he's going to stick with the 3rd place this year.
I won't argue that.
and Jack will go ahead with the 2nd place. I think they'll hit the same amount of targets.
You can work it out for giving myself the bronze.
And you can just make all your predictions now.
Yeah, you want to make your prediction?
Sure, why not? Well, I'm going to give myself the bronze on this one.
You heard it here first.
I'm going to give Jack the gold and Henry the silver. Jack's he's too good in the running. Can't catch him.
There have been talks that we're going to move up the targets, the cups for the snowball throws, which should make it easier for all of us to hit the targets. Since last year, none of us hit the targets.
Now, Jack, I've heard you've got that supernatural speed.
Some people say that.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
I'm not
Faster than a bullet.
I'm not gonna say I'm faster than a bullet.
You're faster than lightning?
Maybe, but probably not. But I am going to give myself the gold in first place.
Because he's got that supernatural speed. You know what I mean?
I think Henry will take the silver and Brian will take the bronze.
Well, that's
It's not quite Brian.
like everyone gave me the bronze in that one, and that's okay.
Yeah, Brian's losing a little momentum going into day 3, but I think he should be able to make that up in the coming events.
That's right.
Now, day 3, as you viewers, you might have guessed this. We did make this public a few weeks ago that stick in a stove snack.
Oh, is that another? No, I don't want to eat that snack.
Is that another public sponsor?
Stack.
Taking a snow snack.
Will not be back this year. After multiple programs and agencies, including the Boys and Girls Club, reached out to us.
Just okay.
This is a family show, and we had a little bit of fighting last year, so we decided to get rid of that event.
I think that's the best.
Yeah,
I think it's the best.
Definitely it's for the best. It already. We were trying to bring it back from earlier when we had problems with it. I think it's just time to go for us.
I think we should. You know what I think? I think we should bury that event in a snow stack.
And then not
look for it. I see what you did there. Thanks, bud.
But in case you guys were wondering, that event won't be back. But day 3, we got the hockey shootout, the on again, off again, warm close challenge,
which was a killer debut last year.
Yeah, it was very good. I liked it. Very good. And the third event of the day is going to be the slalom.
Bringing that one back from a couple years ago.
Yep, take it way back. Way back.
All right, so for the first one, the hockey shootout.
The good old hockey game. It's the best game I can name. And the best game I can name is the good old hockey game. First verse, same as the source.
Bless you. We will be doing it the same way we did last year. Everyone gets 5 shots. Everyone shoots against each other. Saves are worth half a point. Goals are worth 1 full point. Based off of last year and what I've been doing this offseason, I have not paid much attention to this event at all.
It's hard to focus on all events.
I focused on the other 8, and I'm just going to go ahead and give myself the bronze in this one. I'm not too much of a hockey player, but I think it's going to be really competitive between Henry and Brian. We were talking about it earlier. Henry is the better goalie, and Brian is
like
the better shot.
Out there.
But and apparently those are not mutually exclusive. It has to be one or the other. But I think since the goals are worth more, I think I'm going to go ahead and give Brian the gold and Henry the silver.
Brian?
This is a tough event. Very tough event.
It's the longest event of the Olympics.
It's anyone's event. You know, you can be hot that day,
could be yours,
could be cold that day.
Oh.
Could be anyone.
It's all going to come down to where the puck goes. It's going to go in the net or in the glove. So,
or anywhere.
I'm going to be triple deacon out there, and the Quack attack's back, and we're going to go back-to-back in this event. I'm going to give myself the gold.
That would be back-to-back-to-back, I think.
Back-to-back-to-back-to-back? That's a three-peat.
That is actually a three-peat. It would be.
So, I'm going to go gold in that, Henry the silver, and Jack the bronze.
All right, so me and Brian agree on our predictions. Henry?
Well, I think we can all agree on one thing. Jack is going to get 3rd place.
This is not my strong suit.
But this is where we might be at an impasse. Every single year it's always close. I think so. Last year it came down to 1 shot. The very last shot is what it came down to last year. The year before that we had a tiebreaker. And I think that was to settle the actual entirety of the Olympics. And I think we had we tie broke on the actual hockey shootout of the event too. This one's really anybody's game.
Anyone's game.
It's one of their games. It's probably not going to be mine.
It's one of theirs. And
I'll try my hardest.
And I think this year is my year. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I'm overdue. I've got the better strategy when it comes to blocking goals. Really, what it comes down to is whether or not Jack blocks our goals or not, and that's the big deciding factor. So I think that I'm going to give myself the gold here and give Brian the silver.
All right. Okay. Well, I don't think I've introduced many events, so I'm going to take this
go for it.
one out with the slalom event here on day 3.
Right.
Now, the slalom event, we've done this in the past. I think we're bringing it back.
Yep.
Yeah, this is taking sticking a smokestack's place.
See, now, I think this one's going to be better than bringing it back than some of the other ones we brought back.
Let's brainstorm here. What are some of the other events that we've had? We attempted Hot Chocolate Challenge, but we never actually followed through on
We
those
talked
ones.
about doing that, and then we never did.
Yeah, big air competition.
Oh, big air, yeah.
Big air.
Yeah, that one's always. I forgot about that one.
That was very because we could never tell.
We didn't know who was the
We used to do the snowball fight.
snowball fight.
Yeah, that was very controversial.
Yep. We did Snow Fort Building Challenge.
Yeah.
That was just tough to get a ruling on.
Yep. Especially when we only had one person for each category. Yeah, it's very, very tough.
But
We had a mini snow fort jump.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
and, those are just
Don't forget the
bocce ball.
that was we had no choice on that one. No, it was the snow shoveling, speed shoveling.
Oh, the speed shoveling. That was very controversial.
Very controversial.
We didn't even know what the rules were. We didn't even know the rules when we even started.
And the reason.
Yeah, you like clean your thing. I'm like, well, that's not very clean, but it's all done.
And the reason we're bringing all of these up, in the event of a tiebreaker at the end of all of the Olympics, like we had in this past year, we will be randomly selecting one of the past events for the competitors that are tied. They will be competing in this randomly selected event, and that will be the tiebreaker.
That's right. And we're bringing back for one of the regular events, the slalom event. Brian, you can take it away.
So the slalom event is going to be where you're on that bike, you're pedaling, and you're going for speed. But you're not running this time. It's kind of like a bobsled, but you're on wheels, and you're zigging, you're zagging, you're going in and out. So you got to run, get on your bike, and then you got to go on a person's driveway, off a person's driveway, on a driveway, off a driveway. And it's very hilly. You know, you got to watch out for cars. And this one's been up for controversy of timing. So get your stopwatch ready, folks.
It's popcorn ready, folks.
It's popcorn ready.
It will be exciting.
So this one, I really don't know who the good bikers are, to be very, very honest. But going off who trains more, I'm going to give myself the gold here.
All right.
And I'm going to give Henry the silver and Jack the bronze. But it's a timed event. You're going in and out. It's do we do 1-time or 2-time trial? I think we did 2-time. I think you got 2 tries.
I think we did do 2.
You got 2 tries for this event. And that's the event. That's a slalom event. Any other words, Jack?
Well, if I remember correctly, I won this event last time. Now it was close, we all had different strategies. I was trying to go super fast. I don't know what these guys were doing.
There were no brakes on the bike, if I remember correctly.
Still aren't. And the tires are flat. Unless Pablo was trying to get in on that.
Maybe buy us a new bike this year. It still works.
I hope so.
Wow! Really?
Wow!
When we 25-year contract to get a bike. So I'm gonna give myself first place on this one, just for old time's sake.
Okay.
I think Jack has figured some things out. He said he hadn't been working on the hockey shootout, but he worked on all other 8 events. So I'm gonna give him the silver for this one, and Brian is gonna take home the 3rd place.
All right.
I have been working on this event, and in the years past, last time we did it, I was not good at this event at all.
Nope.
I got a lot of ground to make up, so I think I'm gonna give myself the silver.
But Jack, I feel like now you're into our level now. You're on our level nowadays.
Brian, you give me the bronze.
Yeah, in this event, you give him bronze.
Well, like you're on our level more like total strategy-wise of all the events.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I think there's a compliment hidden in there somewhere.
Well,
You gotta
You're bigger now. You're stronger.
faster than lightning.
You're able to compete now with everybody. Welcome to Australia, where we train from down under.
been training.
I think I'm gonna give myself the silver. I don't know what Brian's been doing. I think I'm gonna give him the bronze. Seems like he's been a little bit distracted, and I think I'll give Henry the gold here.
Okay.
All right. So the last competition of day 3 is one that we did last year. Made its debut last year, and I thought it went really well.
It was really, really exciting.
It was very close between us.
Yeah, that's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It was the on again, off again, warm close challenge, or the OA WCC for short.
One more time?
The OA WCC.
OA.
WCC.
On again.
OA.
On again.
Off again. OA.
Oh, OA. Okay.
One close challenge.
Yes.
Okay.
So last year the results: Brian got the gold at 1 minute 8 seconds.
I don't know how he did that.
Time to beat.
But it was all very close. Henry took the bronze, and he was only 8 seconds behind. So it was very close. I had 1:14. Henry had 1:16.
It was the zipper. The zipper got Henry last year.
And if you remember from last year, this was the event that we thought at first Jack had clinched the victory when he came in second. We ended up doing the math wrong, so that's. But he ended up winning anyways.
I did end up winning.
So I think one of the things that we're going to ask Brian to ask our sponsor is to get us a whiteboard, and we'll keep track of the events.
Well, I'm already a step ahead of you. We got an Excel spreadsheet.
Oh. All right.
Will that work at the PHHH?
It will. Because it's on our phone and we don't need to take a whiteboard.
Well, that looks really good on camera too, so it's good.
All right.
It's more official. We can do the sum totals right then and there. It's all good.
You can also do math.
Well, we haven't been able to do math for so that's why we're moving to the spreadsheet.
That's fair.
Where the computer does all the work for us.
Perfect.
All right.
Brought to you by Papa.
For this year, the OA WCC, I think that we'll be able to. We've had a whole nother year to study it and to figure out the best route to take when putting on and taking off the warm clothes. So I think I'm going to take home the gold because I've dedicated a lot of time to studying it.
The warm clothes. Go ahead.
I think Henry will get the silver and Brian will get the bronze.
The gold medal goes from gold medal to bronze?
Yes.
That's what he's saying.
Wow.
Well, what do you think? Gold medal?
I feel like I'm giving myself a lot of gold medals.
Your predictions.
I'm gonna take the silver here.
Okay.
The gold medal goes from gold to silver.
Well, now I looked at the video last year. I think Henry would have beaten me, but he had a couple of minor issues of zippers. His head was not in the right
I
pocket.
was closer to beating you.
But
But he didn't see those problems in you.
He didn't see those
You
problems.
were just slower.
I'm gonna give Henry the gold here, and I'm gonna give Jack the bronze.
Okay.
Okay.
Henry? Just thinking.
Sorry. I actually think that this day 3 is looking really good for me. I agree with everyone. I think that I'm going to speed up my time a little bit this year for the warm clothes challenge. I'm going to give myself second place. I'm going to give Jack first, and I'm going to give Brian third.
Getting the bronze here.
All right.
All right.
So there you have it. Those are our predictions for this year's 9th Russell Family Winter Olympics.
We want to add up the predictions real quick to see who.
I feel like that's where that spreadsheet could come in handy.
Sure. So when we add these up, you want to have the least number of points as opposed to the most. Here we go. So 1 plus 2 plus 2. That's up.
Well, that's
Should I call it?
that's not because that's different
Yeah, you're
predictions.
What's that? Oh, hey, we're back. And we have our we've run our numbers through the analyzer. And here are our predictions.
Through the predictor machine.
The predictions for the 2017-2018 Westwell Family Winter Olympics are as follows. In third place, with a total of 17 points, Brian Brashke. Getting the silver medal with an average 18 points.
Exactly average.
Myself, Jack Russell. Which means, from these predictions, Henry is on pace to win the Olympics with a total of 19 points. So
For
it's
the
gonna be,
third time.
so it's going to be really close, very competitive Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait for them to get started. About a month away.
Yeah. About 1 month.
1 month.
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be Jack comes back to school. Back home.
Back home. Back home again from sweet Rochester.
So, that's it. I'm excited. I don't know about you fans out there.
I want to say thank you again to Pub Hub and their 25-year commitment to our program
Yeah,
here.
don't forget to download that app and write a review. Thank you to the Labatt Blue for their pin and ornament.
Yes, and we will see you in December.
Let the games begin.
Games begin.
In December.